Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. That is it. International week is over. Have you had a lovely time, Oggy, during the last few days?
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, I've really enjoyed international break. Not a lot going on. It's been very quiet and very, very civilised.
There you are. Nedum, you've got your voice back after shouting at everyone during the Masters.
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. It's good to be back as champion. Cheers, Dan Thomas.
Have you seen people already complaining online about trying to get in the
World Cup lottery tickets?
Yes.
Yes, I have seen that. Did you try?
Get in the line, the online line.
Yes.
Did I try? What am I going to try for?
I thought
I'm not going to a game.
You might like to go.
If they send me to a game, I'll go to a game.
Well, that's very good of you. Well done doing your job.
Yeah. I mean,
Congratulations. I'm a pat on the back.
I mean, imagine. I don't know.
Right, Nedum, what's the best position for Bellingham for England, especially when England have got Palmer, Foden, Rodgers at central attacking midfield?
To be honest, I think he could play as an 8 alongside, say, a Declan Rice type. But to be honest, for the way that England will probably do it, he'll probably play as a 10, be at the expense of probably a Foden, definitely a Rodgers, and I think Cole Palmer and a Cole Palmer as well. So yeah, I think he'll probably just play the 10.
Well, why is Foden in there?
Well, it's a question, I don't know.
2 years ago, Foden was outstanding.
Yes.
And since then?
Nothing.
He's been on a very...
Nedum was better at the Masters.
Well, I won't go that far. Very similar trajectory to Jack Grealish. He's just been, he's not getting a game for City. I mean, Morgan Rodgers, yeah, big and strong and great runner. And obviously Cole Palmer, but Foden, I mean, unless things change for him at Man City this season, he's going to be, at best, warming the bench. At best.
Mark, how would you explain Onana at Manchester United? Does a winning team with defensive aura do that much to a keeper's confidence, or were his flaws masked behind a team with a winning mindset and defensive habits?
I just think he's not a very good goalkeeper, so it doesn't really matter whether he's behind a good defence or a bad defence. I just think that from the outset, he wasn't equipped to play in the Premier League. He was arrived as a goalkeeper that's meant to be good with his feet, but his distribution's been pretty terrible. In terms of his judgment and his ability as a goalkeeper, I've seen him make a few saves, but it's just nowhere near the level that you'd want to be for a top Premier League team. Certainly not a team of Man United's stature that wants to be challenging for the top 4, albeit in the distant past. But, he's not even a top 10 Premier League goalkeeper, so I just think that...
He was good at Inter,
wrong
though,
guy,
Mark.
wrong time, wrong club, and United are better for him. But was he? I mean, how good was he really? I mean, we talk about, Serie A is not a strong league anymore. There's a lot of players that go from the Premier League to Serie A, have a great time. Scott McTominay's done fantastic. He's got a Ballon d'Or nomination, but he was never getting that in the Premier League. So I just think Onana's come to the Premier League and found it out of his depth. But let's not forget, he played under Erik Ten Hag at Ajax. Ten Hag liked him from Ajax and brought him to United, thought he could do the same sort of job. Never worked out. They should have gone for a top-notch goalkeeper, but they didn't do it.
Craig, you were at Wembley. In Spain, Germany and Italy, it's called the Super Cup, and it's a big deal. In England, the Community Shield is the English Super Cup. Why is it not taken more seriously?
Well, we took it serious when we were there.
Right. You didn't even dress up. There were people complaining.
That was me dressing up. All the bosses were there. Oh, it was
Oh, wow.
Well, not them all. There is a level of competitive edge to it. It's generally been the curtain raiser for the English top division 1 week before the season. So, yeah, it's kind of the last hurrah for your pre-season if you're in the Community Shield in preparation for the first game of the season. And there was an element of... It was a pretty competitive game. But maybe it's taken more serious in other countries, but it's never been that serious in England.
Nedum, with Manchester City start to the season, do you worry they might actually miss out on the top 4?
No. I don't worry about that as such. I think obviously the start has been very, very poor, but for the quality that they have, that once they hit form, they'll be fine. I think there are obviously teams who will be in and about the 5th, 6th, 7th and so on, but in terms of them not finishing top 4, I'd be very, very, very surprised.
Are you going to the game?
Absolutely not, no. Manchester derbies are not a thing for me. I hate it. I've hated them throughout my entire life, basically. Not least of all from the late 90s where I couldn't even see them because City were in Division 2, Division 1 and so on. And then, lo and behold, being in Manchester, there happen to be a lot of Man United fans that like to let me know when it's derby day as well. So
wow.
I keep my head as low as possible. And if they get a good result, I will arrive and let them know what I think.
Mark, is there any truth to the rumour that United are lining up Zidane to replace Amorim?
Well, they certainly looked at him in the past. He's been a name that's been in the frame certainly twice over the last 2 or 3 managerial cycles. And on each occasion, he's just not really fancied it. He doesn't really want to manage the Premier League. He doesn't speak English. But I suppose, the longer he's out of management at Real Madrid, it's been a while now. The France job seems to have been out of his grasp as well. So he's a name that will come up. But obviously right now, Ruben Amorim is the guy that was brought in by Omar Barada, who's the CEO. If Amorim goes, it suggests that Barada got it wrong, and then it's all sorts of moving chairs behind the scenes. So I suspect Amorim will get a bit longer, but Zidane will certainly be a name in the frame because he's been considered in the past. But, that would be, again, another situation of throwing out one system, one set of players for another system, another set of players. So we'll see.
What's the small picture over your left shoulder, Mark?
Well, I've been so bored in international break that I remember my little trip to Greenland earlier this year when I got snowbound in Greenland. Well, that picture is me standing at the crossbar of a goal post because the snow was so deep that I could stand as high as the crossbar. So yeah,
there we
I've had a busy week.
Remind everybody why they sent you to Greenland.
Because Gab said no.
Well, because Greenland wanted to join CONCACAF, and CONCACAF said no because it was too far to get to and too hard to get to. And I can kind of attest to that because I got stuck there, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
The flights wouldn't go in or out, so it's not an easy place to get to or to get out of.
Who took the picture then, Mark?
ESPN paid for a proper photographer to do the trip, so yeah, he took a picture. Not just of me, but
between that and birthday
other more
cakes.
interesting things. But, yeah.
That's imperfect.
Between paying for photographers, sending you to Greenland, and needless birthday cake.
When's your birthday? It's coming up, isn't it? It's this month. Am I right?
Shut up.
All right, okay.
I don't have birthdays. Just shut up.
What sort of cake would you like?
One on you, right over the top of your head.
What happens to players, Nedum, who are not called up for international duty? I was looking over Liverpool's first team squad and noticed that only Curtis Jones and the third goalkeeper were at the club during the break. Does the manager go on holiday?
Well, it depends on the manager, depends on the club, because there are some places, for example, where a manager is a bit more militant, so they insist on a lot of training in that week. They'll organise like friendlies and so on, and they might give you a couple of days off on, say, the following week after people go away. But then I've also had some managers who do like to travel and will give the players as much time off as possible. And I think for the players who aren't international duty, whenever you're at a club whereby it's quite a few of you, like if you find the right sort of manager, you do get a chance to travel the world during the season, and it's super nice. I think the longest I've seen people have off is like 9-10 days every international break. Yeah, go guys, go away, go enjoy yourselves, go away, go enjoy yourselves. But just make sure that, when you come back into training, you're physically ready for it. But then again, as I say, there are other managers who insist that you continue on a regular schedule, and in fact, you probably work harder than you would have done if everyone else was there.
Well, this is where you say, well, I was always called up. I never experienced being an international break.
International superstar.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't in. I was always in the squad.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know you were. You told us all the time.
Do you want me to lie?
No, it's fine. I'm just reminding everyone.
It's factual, right? Every squad.
Every squad.
Every squad.
All right, well done.
From I started until Bertie Vogts took over.
Nedum,
everyone.
What current coach would you love to play for based on the style of play, tactics and personality?
Oh, that's a great question. I think it's fair to say I probably wouldn't suit a Guardiola system. So let me try and simplify it a little bit. Maybe like a Thomas Frank.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, maybe a Thomas Frank, because, he does have a tactical element to, say, how he sets up his teams and so on, but it's just a case of trying to disrupt the opposition and get forward as quickly as you can and, just be sort of brave in terms of how you try and do it. And he likes going toe-to-toe with these other teams more often than not as an underdog. And I think that's something that would probably suit the way that I would play, I reckon.
What about you?
Well, I would have said Jurgen Klopp.
Okay, but he doesn't... No,
I know. So... Well, he is a current coach. I would Ancelotti just because of the way that he handles his players.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a little loose how he allows his teams to play. It's not the most entertaining. I mean, it's not the most defensive. It's somewhere in between. But just having looked at the guys that have played for him and how they, in the main, maybe by and apart, how they've risen to what he wants, I would say Ancelotti.
Who do you like interviewing the most, Mark, out of all the managers?
Wow, you really put me on the spot there. Thanks, Dan.
That's what I wanted you to feel
Klopp
involved.
was always good. Oh, he's not really current manager, is he? So I guess. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, I was going to suggest Nedum for Man United. I think he'd be perfect in Amorim's system as a flying right wing back, but just to get Nedum in a United shirt. No, the favourite person.
Oh no, God.
I think Amorim's good. I think Amorim's good because he's honest, and he's a bit too honest. And I think when you've got a coach who's really honest, you can kind of get him to say things that they probably don't want to say. So I do like doing Amorim press conferences because you know that you can press the right buttons, you can get him to say something which he probably regrets 24 hours later, but from our point of view, it makes a good headline. Like when he said that he'd rather have the 63-year-old goalkeeping coach on the pitch than Marcus Rashford. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, that'll do it nicely.
Have you ever done a one-to-one with a Premier League manager, Oggy, where they've just been super... You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. I've never been like super awkward, and you could tell it was going to be that way from the start.
Yeah, well, Mourinho. I remember doing him. I did him in LA on a summer tour, and he was late, and he was just a bit sour, a bit miserable. He was just kind of, you know, Mourinho could be either that or he could be box office, and on that occasion he was just didn't want to know. But I shouldn't be surprised because that's Jose. You know, with Jose you can get, like I said, both sides. You can have a firework that doesn't go off, or it can be spectacular. He wasn't very spectacular that day.
Oh.
That was the time when he realized, when I think Martial was having he'd left Martial behind.
Right.
He was having all the issues. He wasn't getting the players he wanted. He was over here.
Were we there then?
We went
when we were there.
Well, they sent us to LA. I don't think we did much TV, but we went to LA.
Yeah, nice time.
A couple of days. He realised then that they were not going to give him anything like what he wanted.
Yep.
And he had a right monk on, which I can relate to.
Well, yes, most definitely.
Well, it's just when
is your birthday?
When you're demanding.
If it's this month, what are you, 56?
I'm not 56.
That is it. That brings us to the end of today's show. ESPN FC returns tomorrow. Kate will be here, of course, reflecting on that big game in the Bundesliga, plus looking ahead to the big matches this weekend.